We are live. Okay, if you're here, I can see there are already some people in the beginning itself. If you're here, just give me a little hello so I know you are here. And as always, we do on Fridays a live. So one Friday on YouTube, one Friday on Instagram. We take the questions that have been submitted. We also take one or two questions from the chat. We spend about 30 minutes answering people's questions, and hopefully they get the best guidance that they need, and then we end it, and we do this every Friday. So if you're here, just give me a little hello, and then we'll get started with our coaching or Q&A segment of the day. So I'll wait while YouTube. Okay. Hi Tripti, hi Poonam. Lovely to see you guys. How are you guys doing today? So also, yeah, I always ask this question in the beginning. What has been the highlight of your day today? So, if you look back at your day and you look for what was good, what was a great thing, what was a positive thing that happened in your day today, what would be the highlight? Let me know in the chat and I'll read it out loudly. And also after that, we'll start our Q&A. So first we connect and build a little rapport, and then we'll do a Q&A. Hi, Divine Girl. Hi, Hari Prasad. Hi, Nidhi. Hi, Silver King. Hi, Divine Girl. Hi, Sukanya. Hi, Pari. Catching you live. I'm so glad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Super. What else has been your highlight of the day? So we will first, and also make sure that you have your notebooks ready for our Friday lives, just so you can take as many notes as possible when we're doing this coaching work. So Tripti says, today I have done 15 minutes of exercise after a long gap. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. Uh, so don't ask your questions yet, because you will not get your answers until I finish the set of questions that are already submitted. So ask your questions a little later. So until then, we are first connecting, then we'll answer the submitted questions in a way that applies to all of you, and then after that we'll take the questions from the chat. Okay. All right. So if you have your notebooks ready and you're ready to get started with the Q&A segment, just type ready in the chat, and then I'll get started with answering the questions in a way that affect all of you. Okay, so Poonam says, I decluttered. Aparna says, I'm consciously eating now. That is great. So many beautiful changes you guys are bringing in your life. Okay. All right, so if you're ready, just type ready, and we will get started very soon. I want to take as many questions as I can. I also want to do because every live we have 20-30 questions submitted, and I can answer like three. So you have like this whole backlog of questions. So I want to go through as many as possible. And I have to go for my class, Vibe Shift, uh, at 6:50. So let's get started. Okay, ready. All right, perfect. So notebooks ready. Let's get started. So I'll start answering very, very quickly from the questions submitted. Okay, here we go. So the first question, the questioner asks, is it necessary to create a profile in matrimony sites for marriage? Now I know that that question may not apply to all of you, but I will answer it in a way that applies to all of you. So it is not necessary for you to do one specific thing in order to get a specific thing. For example, it is not necessary for you to put your profile on marriage.com if you're not feeling inclined towards it, if you're not inspired to do that. It's not necessary. It's the same thing that goes with any manifestation. If you have been taught an idea that you have to do it a certain way and there's no other way to do it, and you don't feel inclined from within you to do it, for example, going for exams or going for job interviews, or this is the only way you can get that job, or this is the only way you'll make money in life, or this is the only, there is no such thing as only way. As long as you're in touch with the frequency of that desire, it will come from infinite different ways. So a simple example would be how I got married to somebody from a totally different side of the world, and never put, I mean, maybe my dad once must have put my profile on matrimony for like a day or two, but it was never in my experience to go through the matrimony channel. And there are so many people who have beautiful marriages without having to go through matrimony. There's so many people who get beautiful jobs without having to go through the regular path of jobs with exams, interviews. So many people, so get to the end result and the way will find you. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Okay? If that is good news for you, just type good news. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I do what I'm inspired to do. I do what I'm inclined to do. And that will still take me to my highest joy. Follow your inspiration, it will take you to the highest experience of your life. Anyway, if that was helpful, just type helpful in the chat. Okay. So let's go to the next question. So we'll do the submitted questions first, then we will take on questions from the chat. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So I'm just taking the ones I can answer really quick first so we get as many done and then I'll go to the deeper ones. So the questioner asks how to eliminate fear and doubt while manifesting. So, first thing is to recognize that it is quite natural to have fear and doubt when you're trying to achieve something, especially if you've had negative experiences in the past. So, if you've had times in your past where you failed or things didn't go your way, or you've seen others try to attempt it and you've seen that it didn't go their way, so you've seen failure in the past, just by the virtue of how your brain and your mind is designed to protect you, to keep you safe, these doubts and these fears are natural for them to come up. So you don't judge them, you don't resist them. You notice that, hey, my brain's trying to protect me because that's what it's designed to do. Okay. So don't judge them, don't resist them. There are many ways to overcome fear and doubt. One of the ways which would help you is to actually look for evidence in your own life, even if you never looked for the evidence before, but evidence in your own life or the lives of others that this particular desire you're trying to manifest is very much possible for someone like you to do. So when you take an evidence, let's say you see that someone like you has manifested this before, so you watch videos, you watch interviews, you see things in the world that, oh, okay, this is definitely possible. Someone who looks like me can have this. Someone who's come from my educational background can have this. Someone who is whatever exactly like me has done this. When you pile evidence, this new belief that this is possible will start taking on momentum. And eventually, if you keep fueling this, if you keep looking for evidence of people who've done it, or even if you just take three, four, but you strongly believe in this new belief, eventually this one's momentum will be stronger than the momentum of your fear. Why? Because we're not judging the fear, we're not resisting it. We know that it's biological, it's trying to protect us. So we thank the mind. Thank you for bringing up this fear. Thank you for bringing up this doubt. I can see that you're trying to protect me, and that's great. So you're not holding on to that fear, you're just noticing that it's natural for fear and doubt to come, especially if you had a past where things didn't go your way. In the past you did not know that you were out of alignment, now you know you're in alignment. So when you can build momentum towards a new belief by looking at evidence in your own life and in the lives of others, that would help you strengthen your belief towards the manifestation. I'm giving you the way that you can immediately start practicing, because otherwise, if I start on, okay, now this is how you heal your fear and you dismantle, we can't teach all that on a YouTube live, but this is something you can definitely start practicing on a YouTube live, is starting to stack up evidence to strengthen your belief that is definitely possible for someone like you to do that. And that is how you will get to having more faith in your manifestation versus trying to overcome fear and trying to overcome doubt. Because when whatever you're focused on trying to overcome, you're just fueling it. So instead, build or strengthen the belief that you can achieve it instead of trying to overcome the fear and the doubt. If that was helpful, if you understood that, just type helpful in the chat. My job is to show up and to be able to give you the guidance. Your job is to take notes and actually practice the guidance. Okay, so if that was helpful, just type helpful in the chat. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Hi, Mayuri. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay. So question number 3. Okay. Questioner asks, how to manifest the restoration of wealth and prosperity. So the restoration is the word that the questioner used. Restoration in this case, what they're saying is perhaps they had wealth and property at one point, and now they don't. And they're like, how do I manifest the restoration of this wealth and property? Now, this answer can apply even if you did not have wealth and property, sorry, prosperity, not property, prosperity in the past. It also applies if you've had wealth and prosperity in the past and you just want to reconnect to it. So this is a very, very powerful answer. So those who are very serious seekers and want to practice, you guys are about to get a gold coin. So listen carefully. If you had something before already, you manifested something before already, which you have in terms of wealth and prosperity. All of us have at least had $1 or euro or 1 yen or 1 rupee that has come to our hands at some point. Some money has come. If you can go back to memories of the times that you had this money and appreciate having had this money, that energy of appreciation of all of that times that you had money in your life, if you can appreciate from your heart every time that there was money in your life, in that 10 minutes or 5 minutes that you're doing this exercise, you'll build a strong magnetic aura of abundance of money, because you're appreciating, oh, I had money that time and I appreciate that and I appreciate this and I appreciate this and I appreciate at least 10 times you've got money. If you in our lives, even if it was in school when we got money to buy books, or maybe got money to eat a sandwich, we appreciate that flow of money in our lives. So for 5 minutes you build a strong aura, it will continue to attract more things that will match that energy of appreciating the flow of money. So more flow of money will begin. That is how you restore wealth and prosperity. If that answer was helpful to someone, please type helpful in the chat. Okay. So no one's typing helpful. So I'm assuming that either this is not helpful or you guys are not ready to get the message. But if it is helpful, it is for my feedback that I ask you to put helpful in the chat. Okay. Thank you, Prashad. Thank you, Tripti. Thank you, Jinsi. Okay, super. Thank you, Hari. This is for my feedback. Otherwise, I will just take topics that are different or things that you guys need. But these are really good questions. Okay, now let's go to the next one, which is okay. So the questioner asks, what is the key tool to manifestation according to you? Is it meditation? So, what is the key tool to manifest? So, firstly, I'm not a maybe I was in my past a manifestation coach, YouTuber, and all that. That was probably like my past life. What we essentially do here is we're looking at living uh, on all levels. So we are healing, we are creating, we are healing beliefs, we are doing a lot of different things. Okay, so this is our channel is not about techniques and stuff. Our channel is about the quality of life that you live. By that I mean healing negativity and creating beautiful things in your life. So we are not a technique based thing, we are more into a lifestyle of alignment on our channel. So what is the key tool to manifestation in this case would be alignment. It's not just meditation. Meditation is one part. So in fact, the if you ask the question, how do I create a beautiful life? If that's the question, firstly, for free, I want to give you guys a training. It's happening on 28th of this month. My team has linked it here. You can see a pinned link. Click that and you'll see this training called How to Change Your Life in Under 6 Months Without 5 a.m. rituals and without forcing positivity. Now, if that is something you're interested in, go ahead and register. It's for free. It's happening on 28th. In that particular class, I give out the entire A to Z of how to actually get yourself aligned. So there's the whole method. And I've had people who studied all of our courses, who achieved all kinds of great things, who took so much from that free class. So it's got the entire thing put together there. So go register. But the key tool or the key to manifestation is just alignment. Somebody asked about alignment, and of course, there is the whole it's a 2.5 hour training on 28th. It's for free. Every year we give out this one powerful training. Every single year we do one powerful training for free for everybody. This year it's happening on the 28th. It's the How to Change Your Life in Less Than 6 Months training. Go check that out. Go register. It's on the pinned link. So alignment is the answer there. Okay. So remember, alignment is the key to manifestation. What is alignment? I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, let's take the next question. So that question was a more quick answer. So we'll take another question. Since I only have 10 minutes, I'm just running through as many as I can. Someone says, I want to be a life coach, but why is it not happening? Okay. So the only reason why something is not happening is for two reasons. Number one, identity. Identity is a huge part of creating anything. You don't identify as someone who's successful in that field. You identify as someone who's trying to start, trying to see some movement, trying to be a coach. I'm trying to be a life coach, but it's not working. So you're in a very trying, amateur, just trying to figure it out energy. But if you want the thing to move fast, you want to be in the I already am a successful identity energy. It's very simple. Whenever you identify with something, your behavior, your thoughts, and your results match that identity. It's as simple as that. So it's like this: if you identify as not being good enough in studies, academics, whatever, your exam results, your ability to study, your ability to get reviewed positively from the world, all of that takes a hit because they all reflect your beliefs of being bad in studies or not good enough or not a good performer or whatever is your identity. So you whatever you're trying also is not working out, and it's so hard for you to figure things out and understand things at work because everything matches your identity. Same person can shift their identity to believe that their brain is very very creative. I have a very intelligent mind that can soak in information so quickly. I'm able to pick up tasks so well. I can do everything phenomenally. If you can put yourself into that mental state, same brain that was closing you from learning, from studying, from creating, from whatever, starts opening up because that's what you're telling your brain. It's easy, I can study, I'm a queen of languages, I'm a sales god, I'm a phenomenal coach, I'm a successful entrepreneur, I'm a drummer, I'm a pilot, I'm a whatever. The identity is the shortcut to having behaviors and kind of whizzing through the field much faster than when the identity is I'm trying to be identity is not the identity of someone who's creating a lot of flow in their coaching career or anything that you're creating. So identity is one of the strong ones. So there is other things that we can look into, but for now this is a great, probably the more main part of this. But I'll just share the second part of why it's not happening is because you're noticing what's not working out versus focusing more on creating the vision that you actually want and being patient with that vision. Patience is such a strong. I mean, when I tell you slow and steady wins the race, I'm literally you can be a one hit wonder, suddenly you blow up, everybody knows you, you're super famous and you're whatever, you can do that. Or you can just keep going steadily towards your vision. You may have 100 views, 200 views, 1000 views, 5 people in your class, 20 people in your class, one person in your class, but you're continuing and you're earning and you're sustaining and you're slowly growing and you have a 20-year-old sustained phenomenal career versus trying to hit those numbers in the beginning itself or trying to constantly hit those numbers and looking at the lack and be like, oh, I'm not good enough. Stop that. Slow and steady. Stay patient, stay aligned, enjoy your journey. Okay, but identity is a big part of it. If that helped anybody, just if it helped in the chat, just for my context. Okay, so now let me just check. Okay, so now I will take one of the questions from the chat and then one more question from the live because soon I have to go. In 5 minutes, I have to go to our vibe shift session. So, just a little context for those who do not know. We do these live sessions Monday through Friday, 20 minutes, where we start off with a 2 minute meditation. Then we go through a success story from the academy and we break down the success story so you know the mechanics of what caused that success in the first place. Then we do an exercise for around 5 to 6 to 7 minutes that will shift your vibration. So that could be a belief exercise, or that could be an alignment exercise, or that could be a beautiful song that we are dancing to. It could be something that changes our vibration. Then I do a channeled message. I will keep quiet and I listen to what words appear in my head and I share that. That's what people resonate with, the message of the day. and then we do a little dance on Mondays and Fridays at the end of the session, and then we end it. So if that's something that you want to participate in Monday through Friday for 30 days, you can check out that same link. There, it's called Vibe Shift Sessions. You can join it. So I have that session in 5 minutes. So I would soon go. Let me take one question from the chat. Okay, and let me take a question that applies to everybody. And by the way, if there are questions, you have to submit it. Okay, and my team will take that question and put it on a document that I can then answer. uh, I will try to take your live questions, but if I miss a question, please copy it and submit it so I can do it in the next live. Okay, all right. It is life already destined? No, it is not. You get to create, you get to co-create. Okay, super. Let's take one more question from the chat. Okay. I'm currently undergoing medication for depression, but I'm still struggling emotionally. Mindfulness, 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 mindfulness. Power of now, power of now, power of now. Practice. We have a program called Living in Freedom. I'm not selling you. I'm not saying, okay, pay me money. We have a program which is based on the book Power of Now from Eckhart Tolle because it's a very epic book and we've kind of made it easier to understand and practice. But that's like one part of that course. But the other part is my journey out of depression and anxiety, how I came out of it. And that stuff is what's in that course. So if you have some funds lying around, join that course. Otherwise, go on YouTube, type The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and study that book. It will give you, it'll rocket you out of depression and anxiety. So just do that. Easy, easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just have to stay consistent with the practice for 90 days. Give it 6 months, give it 1 year, you will shoot through it. Okay. Despite being a vipassana meditator, it's not about technique. That's the whole context behind mindfulness. Is it's not about just vipassana techniques of observation. This is about a lifestyle of non-judgment, non-resistant, non-meaning, and a lifestyle of being present, and a lifestyle of giving people the luxury of being themselves, and a lifestyle of observing your depression and your anxiety and allowing to burn out. And you do this over a consistent period of time, so your brain changes. We had this beautiful mindfulness webinar. If you want to request that, it's for free. You can just email our team or message our team somewhere. We'll send you the link, and that webinar, it's a free webinar. I think it's a 1 hour, 3 hour webinar. I can't remember. In that webinar, we look at the entire science, the neuroscience of how the brain rewires itself through the mindfulness practice over 90 days. But you have to do it like your life depends on it. If you're judging, resisting life, not staying present, you're going to suffer. If you're judging, resisting life, making meaning, not allowing people to be themselves and wanting them to change and be a totally different type of person so you can be happy, you're going to be suffering. So this is not technique based. This is understanding people, understanding yourself, understanding how life works. If you can get to that, that is why we do these free classes. Like I said, I push it again. I'm doing another free class. You don't have to buy a course. You just come for the class. The philosophy, the method, it's all broken down. It's given for free. Study it, practice it, but do it like your life depends on it. And if you have funds, study, because 6 months or 1 year of proper daily study of something that teaches you philosophy that you can apply for the rest of your life is worth that time and effort you put into it, right? So get in heavily into the power of now. Okay, take one more question and then we will end for today. Can you tell a simple meditation method for beginners? I can, but it would obviously depend on what do you want to achieve through that meditation. So if you're trying to achieve quietness in your mind, stillness, that's what I can suggest something for that. If you're trying to achieve relaxation, I can give you a different one for that. So you have to give me context on what do you want to achieve by the end of that meditation, so I can give you a shortcut method. But assuming, I have to go in 1 minute, assuming that you want to quieten your mind and relax your body, a beginner meditation I can give you. And this is something that I was doing in Vibe Shift as well, because Vibe Shifters are just doing 20 minutes. So I have to be aware of the fact that they're not into like deep or healing long form meditation. So quick, effective one. is to focus on the sound of your breathing. So you're listening to the sound of your breathing. And whenever there's a thought that comes up, imagine, so the only thought you actually have is this imagination of this conveyor belt. Like, on the airport, you see this conveyor belt that's taking your luggage. So just think there's an infinite conveyor belt. And whenever a thought comes up, pluck it out of your mind, put it on that conveyor belt, come back to listening to the sound of your breathing. So you're listening to the sound of your breathing, and and you start at 20 seconds. There's another thing we do with mindfulness is we start at 20 seconds, then we train the mind to do 30 seconds, then we train the mind to do 40, 50, and build our presence up to 2 minutes, 3 minutes on a regular day. On the day that you're triggered, it's hard to stay present even for 20 seconds, but we have other ways to deal with pain and triggered, but it's a whole other thing. But on a normal day, just put your timer for 20 seconds. I have to go now because I have vibe shift class. Put your timer for 20 seconds. Listen to the sound of your breathing, pluck it, put it in the conveyor belt, come back to your sound of your breathing. Then, once 20 seconds is done, do it for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and build your way up to the 30 minutes, 1 hour that you want to do, or 6 hours, or 10 hours, or however long you want your meditation to be. Okay. So, with that, yes, please submit your questions if I haven't seen them in the chat. Send it to my team. My team will. I think maybe if you post it in the comments of this. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. How do you submit the questions? I have to go, so I'll go. I'll say this last one. Uh, in the description of this video, there's also my Instagram. Go there, submit your question in our DMs, and next Friday I will do the live on Instagram, 6:30 p.m. And I will answer the questions there. So just submit them. I'm coming live every Friday unless there's something and I can't come. But so far we've been doing it every Friday. We haven't stopped, and I look forward to taking your questions then. And with that, I appreciate you. I love you. And now I have to go for Vibe Shift. So I will see you all. If you want to join me at Vibe Shift, find that link here. Register for the free webinar on 28th, How to Change Your Life in Less Than 6 months, without forcing yourself to be positive and without 5 a.m. rituals. So, how can you actually do it? Find out in that free training. So, I'll see you all. I love you and have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.